What's it like to be Larry David?
Are you an easy guy to get along with?
Tremendously easy. Fantastic guy.
Matt Lauer uncovers the truth about the man behind Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You've become a sex symbol.
Guilty.
Yes.
Monday on Today.
Great moments in golf on NBC.
This is a little draw putt. It's really an easy putt, quote unquote. If it was Monday, it's just inside right edge. Just got to hit a good putt uphill. You can imagine the pressure.
Retains the cup with the full point by Martin Kaymer and Jose Maria Olazabal, who was on the other end of that comeback by the Americans in '99. Keeps the cup for Europe.
You're watching Golf Channel on NBC.
What a Sunday it was in Chicago, and the face of Davis Love III, who captained that team 4 years ago, pretty much says it all after that bitter defeat and collapse by the United States. It was almost impossible to fathom, Johnny, that Davis Love III would again be captain just 4 years later. Of course, Tom Watson leading the U.S. team at Glen Eagles, and now a task force, and now it's back to Davis Love III. What do you make of what you've seen of the Ryder Cup, especially since that Sunday afternoon at Medina?
Well, the U.S. had that Ryder Cup won. There's no doubt about that. To lose that margin on Sunday was just absolutely crazy. But you have to give Europe a lot of kudos. I mean, they have a magnificent 7 team. If you look at their core group, you got Poulter, who plays like crazy in the Ryder Cup, and you got McDowell and Rory and Justin Rose and Sergio Garcia and Henrik Stenson and Martin Kaymer. Those 7 guys are just better than the U.S.'s 7, so it's really up to the guys that fill out the team on Europe if they play well. I think it's going to be tough to win at Hazeltine for the U.S. side. But the U.S. could do it. They just got to play great, and they got to finish off the matches. Can't be losing those last 3 or 4 holes like the U.S. has been doing for a long time, losing 6 out of the last 7 Ryder Cups. It's desperate. That task force to me says the U.S. is sort of grasping for straws, are a little bit desperate.
And granted, there were a few European team members, Rory McIlroy, Lee Westwood, just to name a couple, that just kind of, I don't want to say they poked fun at the task force, but they just kind of sat back and said, really? Has it come down to this, that this is what the United States, I guess, thinks it needs to do, but we're just a short pitching wedge from the headquarters of the PGA of America, and that organization seems intent on doing whatever it has to do, task force or whatever, to finally get this cup back.
Maybe it'll work. They got nothing to lose. But, I think the U.S. is just not used to saying we're not as good as some other countries or whatever. And the bottom line is it'll be an upset if the U.S. wins in Hazeltine.
And you don't think there was pressure on Tom Watson at Glen Eagles? What if Davis Love and the United States team doesn't get it done? Davis would be the only captain ever to go 0-2 for the U.S. side in Ryder Cup play. And the U.S. has lost 6 out of 7, and the whole sea of momentum would continue Europe's way. We'll see what happens, but I can't imagine what they do if the U.S. doesn't win in Hazeltine.
You can say what you want about the captains and Captain Love, but it's up to the players to finish it out, especially on the last day, and finish out the matches earlier in the matches. So it's really the players that win or lose it, not the captain.
Yeah, it usually comes down to those 2 words, play better,
yeah,
right?
That's right, make those putts.
And the United States being on the short end of this Ryder Cup for a long time now, but Davis Love named the captain again earlier this week. And Padraig Harrington, former Ryder Cupper for Europe, with some other Ryder Cuppers on that board, and Patrick Reed, who was the leading American point getter for Tom Watson at Glen Eagles is just a shot back, and there is Ian Poulter, the Ryder Cup killer for Europe, just 2 back, along with Luke Donald, who's trying to bring his game back and win for the first time in 3 years on the PGA Tour. In the meantime, back to yesterday's action at the Honda Classic.
Here is Rory.
And from the greenside, we told you it was a tough hole. Both Rory and Dustin Johnson hit perfect tee shots here. Rory struggling to make par, and well, I guess DJ kind of hoping he can make a bogey. Tough hole to 7.
Last year's FedEx Cup champion Billy Horschel.
From long or way left.
And Frank, this is the side of the green that players need to miss on, because there's plenty of green to work with between them and the edge of the putting surface, and the wind's into them.
Well played. Still managed to get plenty of club on the ball. You can tell by the sound. Checking with Paul Casey back at the par 3.
And this is for birdie. Back at 6.
All right, the 6th. Rory for par. So Justin Rose must have put from over here to the right. And that, too, just wiggles a fraction right.
So a 4, 5, and a 6. That 4 came from Brooks Koepka and the 6 from Dustin Johnson. That's after all 3 players made a total of 6 at the 5th, Roger.
Wow. Back to 7.
Patrick Reed.
He's got the sandwich in his hand. Going to try and catch that ball first and just pinch it into that rough.
Came out hot.
Oh, it just jumped on him and just not enough control.
Look at his scrambling, though. That's for the season. And only once today did he not get it up and down. That was at 11. He made double.
Take you to the 16th.
Let's take a look at some short game wizardry by Luke Donald. Look at him choking down on the club now. Thinking making it here?
Oh, when you're as good as him around the green, Steve, you would be.
Absolutely. Oh, man, he comes close. Real close. He is just magnificent around the greens. Let's go over to 7.
Justin Rose for birdie.
Kind of a medium range look here, Frank. Not going to be a lot of close-in shots, but speed should not be a factor. Pretty level.
Bogey the previous hole expensive. Put him at +4. There's a lot of golf. Another group in the afternoon to go off, but +4. It's tight.
Again, a lot of golf to be played today and tomorrow until we finish the second round. But at the moment, 3 over looks to be the number. Obviously, that could change. Rose knows he needs to make a birdie or 2 coming home.
Yeah, if the wind gets up, you'd be fine. But if it were to lay down tomorrow morning.
And Frank, going back to that pitch shot, I think that's the biggest difference you'll see sort of in the generations of golf. Players in their 20s like Patrick will take more of a lofted club. We kind of grew up in the 60-degree wedge generation, whereas players from the previous generation might have taken a 9 or an 8 and tried to hit more of your conventional bump and run.
Yeah, here's another look at it, and you just see the de-lofting of the club, trying to reduce that 60 that Note is referring to, and into perhaps like a wedge or a 9-iron. Whereas years gone by, the top of the grip would be more level with the loft.
And sometimes what that causes, Frank, is if you catch it really clean, it will check on you, and every now and again through impact you'll kind of give it a little extra just because you're expecting it to stop a little sooner, and then when things don't go your way, it jumps on you with no spin, just like it did for Patrick.
That's good work up and down. Patrick Reed, 5th player in the last 25 years to win at least 4 times on tour before turning 25. Rory, Sergio, Phil, Tiger, the others.
Right now, you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Pilot.
But can it pass my Tuesday test?
What's your Tuesday test? So that's your Tuesday?
Yeah. Tuesdays are pretty slow.
The Honda Pilot clearance event is happening now. Hurry in to get a great deal on a 2015 Pilot, built to handle even your busiest days.
This is Hyperflex from FootJoy. A shoe like nothing you've seen before. And built to perform at your highest level. Hyperflex. Step into the next big thing.
Bring your vision for the future to life. For more than 145 years, Pacific Life has been helping families achieve lifelong financial security with innovative tools and strategies. Talk to a financial advisor to protect your family and plan today. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
When you lose a title, you've got two options. Take it out on yourselves or take it out on them. Premier League coverage continues tomorrow on NBCSN, leading up to Liverpool Man City.
The Honda Classic is brought to you by the Honda Pilot. Start something special. By Hyperflex, step into the next big thing at FootJoy.com. And by Pacific Life for insurance, annuities, and investments. Pacific Life. Well, live from New York, it is Saturday night with host Dakota Johnson, musical guest Alabama Shakes. All new Saturday Night Live later tonight on NBC as Lorne Michaels and the crew build up another 40 years, perhaps, of great stuff. How good was the 40th anniversary special of Saturday Night Live? Unbelievable show.
McIlroy needs some late heroics here. 7th hole.
Big hole right now, playing into the wind. This one is peeling off to the right.
Well, he's now hitting less than 50% of the greens in regulations.
17.
Luke Donald finishing up his trip around the Bear Trap. Spot just about where Russell Knox had his pitch about 30 minutes ago. Let's go to the 5th.
Stephen Gallagher, also a member of that European Ryder Cup team.
He had to work hard to get that last spot. Really enjoyed that experience. And tee to green, he is very good.
Flag hunting, Stephen Gallagher, back to 17.
Are you flag hunting at 17, Frank? No chance.
Well, sometimes you're forced, really. You can't go front left. It's too thin. You can't go back right. Bunker doesn't look very inviting. And in the end, you go, I guess I better hit a good one.
It's a great look at it from here. Love how they've closed this in the last couple of years. It is an awesome atmosphere come the weekend. Oh, flag hunting. How about that? Beautiful shot there by Ben. That is not an easy tee shot.
It qualifies as a scene there at 17. It gets loose and loud on the weekends. Dustin Johnson at the 7th.
You'd imagine this is his longest iron. One of the very few to get it up there. And that is the closest of the day. Nobody had hit it inside 10 feet up until then.
It looks like it's inside 5 feet. Dustin Johnson, 8th hole.
The leader, Patrick Reed, on the tee. Just kind of rolling along. 67 yesterday, 3 under again today. Get a nice bounce? Yeah. That's what happens when you're playing well, huh? Beautiful. Misses all the divots. Bounces from the rough to the fairway. Nicely done there by Patrick.
Moment ago at 18, Retief Goosen.
Definitely needs a birdie. So he'll fly this hopefully all the way there.
Almost in. And they love it. And great crowds in spite of the weather. And a lot of good golf still to come your way with Phil Mickelson, Martin Keimer, Sergio Garcia set to tee off in about 45 minutes here at the Honda Classic.
Looks like we have competition.
Looks like our competition's expanding.
Looks like we have more competition.
Looks like this industry's changing quickly.
I'm calling U.S. Bank. Looks like we're going to need more capital.
A short-term world needs a long-term bank. For more than 150 years, U.S. Bank has helped American businesses operate efficiently and expand their horizons.
Looks like your car's getting towed.
The energy return of Boost technology is now available for golf. Introducing the Audi Power Boost, the first golf shoe with Boost cushioning technology. Boost your game.
It's the company that wins at everything. A company so successful, it has basketball superstar Charles Barkley hanging out. Actually, I work in IT. A company so successful, it has Sir Charles sitting in the lap of luxury. While CDW configures the new, thinner, lighter HP EliteBook with the Intel Core i5 processors for him. It's so true.
Anything?
No. You?
No.
Aflac! What are you guys looking for?
Claims.
Legend has it these hills are full of them.
It can take months for an insurance claim to surface.
Claiming takes patience.
Aflac paid my claim in 1 day.
Ooh, they got some newfangled kind of one-day pay machine.
Yeah, I got Aflac at work.
Aflac.
In just 1 day, we approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac. Aflac.
Watch Golf Channel anytime, anywhere with the Golf Live Extra app. Get the best in golf tournaments, news, and more 24/7. Download the Golf Live Extra app today.
Par 3 7th hole, McIlroy from the bunker.
He's hit some good ones, but this one a little harder. He had 17 starts on the PGA Tour last year. Each one of them finished inside the top 25. Now, just struggling to make the cut.
All right, here's Luke Donald now. Not struggling to make the cut at all. He's on the first page of the leaderboard. Well, he took a different approach there than Russell did. Interesting from Luke there. He put it up in the air quite a bit. He'll be able to tap in for that par. Second straight day he makes a par here at the 17th. To 5.
To the Scotsman, they get to 4 over.
And he's not known as a great putter.
Perfect there. Over to number 9.
And Jason Duffner in the chipping area here underneath the green. Plenty of green to work with and pretty good shot. Now that left for par. Patrick Reed still in the lead at -6. And we'll go to 8.
And there is the leader in that white shirt in the fairway, Patrick Reed.
Oh, Steve, from an ideal location, 140 yards, wind coming off the left, just ideal for his right to left ball flight. Oh, he hung this one out.
A little wide of the target for his liking, considering the distance there. There's Patrick Reed. We talked about his daughter a little bit earlier. How about that? Right there on the bag. 20-31, Frank. Bit of an estimation there as to when Windsor Wells Reed will be dominating the junior circuit.
It's only 16 years away.
You know, he said one time that he had a golf club in his crib. I wonder if Windsor Wells has one in her crib.
almost a must-make for par here at the 7th for Rory. So he'll fall to 6 over.
Well, his last missed cut, too, in a non-major. It was back in 2012 at the Memorial.
Retief Goosen hit that beautiful third shot to here. Wasted. Six over Retief Goosen. He likely will get the weekend off.
And Bo Van Pelt here at the 15th. Making a bit of a comeback today. -3 shot. 79 yesterday in the first round. Didn't sound like he liked that. Big sigh. Another ball finds the water. To 7.
Dustin Johnson for birdie.
Yeah, that's the story of his week. Was it 6 double bogeys, but really inside 10 feet. It's been very poor. It's unexplainable.
That is a disastrous day for Dustin Johnson.
The scorecard's like a geometry lesson.
Donaldson at number 5.
Just a very orthodox swing. Puts the club in a beautiful position. Body works. Body unsink at a very nice rate. It's as bad a shot as what you'll normally see him hit.
To 15.
Okay, now from the drop zone at 15, Bo Van Pelt is a shot of 99 yards. Pulls the string. Wow. He'll have that left for bogey. Let's go over to 17.
Ricky Barnes, the University of Arizona product, getting set to play here. Not an easy job being a marshal here at 17, trying to get everybody quiet. Oh, get caught up in the rough. It does. Oh, man. We have not seen a lot of that so far this week. Although, as you can tell, it's not as if it is shaved all the way down to the water, so balls can stay up there. But whew, Ricky breathing a sigh of relief there. Let's go over to the 8th now. Patrick Reed, and he didn't love that second shot, did he, Noda?
He didn't, but we've talked about his management today, and he's missed everything to the safe side. He missed the safe side on 6, safe side on 7, and here again on 8. So his errant shots aren't really costing him any bogeys at this point, which is part of the reason why he's at the top of the leaderboard.
Noda, you won 4 times in your PGA Tour career. You had a great stretch of golf at one point, winning those 4 tournaments. Your confidence level at that point, when you are playing that well, how much does that translate into the way you play, considering the fact that Patrick Reed has piled up a bunch of wins here in about the same time span that you did?
Well, you can look at it in his just general demeanor. He's very assertive in his actions and his intent, and an errant shot doesn't really steer him off his path. He's really determined to focus on the things that he knows are going to make his swing work and allow him to execute the type of shots he's seeing in his mind.
And you walked with him at Glen Eagles in the fall during the Ryder Cup when that confidence was really coming out, and he was actually playing with the crowd a little bit, but also trying to tell them that he had arrived, yet just being a rookie in a Ryder Cup.
Yeah, he had every opportunity to falter and every opportunity to back down in the face of that huge pressure and amazing environment, and he just stepped up and hit some great golf shots and had an outstanding performance.
Shushing the crowd on his way to a 3-0-1 record for the United States.
Yeah, and he got a little criticized for that, but that's a little of what the United States need at this point. I mean, someone like that to go in there and really demonstrate through their play that they're not going to back down.
He was just having a little bit of fun. By the way, after a runner-up at the Deutsche Bank and then winning the BMW and the Tour Championship, you see Patrick with his hat off there? The guy who just missed that putt, Billy Horschel. The United States probably could have used a little moxie from Billy on that side as well. Let's go to 15.
And Andres Gonzalez's birdie putt here at 15. There you go. He hit it right of the hole and got a good score out of it. To 8.
By the way, the shushing Noda was just having a little bit of fun with the crowd. It's okay to entertain a little bit, even at a Ryder Cup.
Little showmanship never hurt the game.
Absolutely.
I loved it.
Have a little personality out there and enjoy it. Let the people in. Let them get to know you a little bit. That's one of the things that's good about Patrick Reed and watching him succeed the last 18 months on the PGA Tour and the Ryder Cup. Now Justin Rose, who was on the winning side of that Ryder Cup team.
Yes, and this is a big putt here. I mean, I've played in enough of these things to know that if he gets in at 4, I pretty much assure you he'll make the cut.
Yeah, remember, folks, we're coming up on 4 p.m. Eastern on Friday, but the afternoon wave has yet to tee off because of that long delay. So there is a ton of golf left to be played here on a very difficult golf course. For par now for Justin. And that's not going to help.
Oh, he's not done in yet. Got a birdie opportunity on 9, so still's got a chance.
Let's go over to 15 again.
And Bo Van Pelt for bogey at 15. That shoots off to the right. Well, most likely will kill his chances of making the cut. Drops him back to 8 over. Back to 8.
See if the leader can remain there by himself. And he does. Another par for Patrick. He has 1 hole remaining in his second round. Well, he is becoming a very familiar name and face in the world of golf. Whether it's the Ryder Cup or on the PGA Tour. He's already a winner in 2015. That came at Kapalua, the Plantation Course, the Hyundai Tournament of Champions. And there's the initials of his daughter and his wife. And then the placard, and then the stare down from Patrick Reed.
They call it planning for retirement because getting there requires exactly that. A plan for what you want your future to look like. For more than 145 years, Pacific Life has been providing solutions to help individuals like you achieve long-term financial security. Bring your vision for the future to life with Pacific Life. Talk to a financial advisor to help build and protect your retirement income. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
This is speed like you've never seen before. A more aerodynamic Speed Step crown and a faster Armoto face generate up to 5 miles per hour more ball speed. This is distance built from outrageous speed. The new XR Driver from Callaway.
The real question that needs to be asked is, what is it that we can do that is impactful?
What the cloud enables is computing to empower cancer researchers. It used to take 2 weeks to sequence and analyze a genome. With the Microsoft Cloud, we can analyze 100 per day. Whatever I can do to help compute a cure for cancer, that's what I'd like to do.
You and me, best friends in history. I can take you anywhere, don't even have to comb my hair. We're perfect beyond compare. Yeah, it's true, my best friend is
Nothing gets you closer to your favorite player than PGA Tour.com, where everything is live.
I chose you for a reason, Pete.
Go into the world and preach the gospel.
We are already beyond counting.
AD.
The Bible continues. Easter Sunday on NBC.
Honda Classic, rain delayed, play suspended, no more for the rest of the day for the third round, which was 50 minutes into it before the rains came and thwarted the conclusion of this round. Padraig Harrington sits atop the board, so he'll have more time atop it. His first 36-hole lead in 5 years as we take a look at the Pacific Life Summary. And Harrington with that lead. It's been a long time. In fact, 7 years since he last won a PGA Tour event. And again, 5 years since he last had a 36-hole, at least a share of the lead. 0-5 at that 36-hole point of a tournament with the lead. So we'll see if Padraig can turn it around. Only one 36-hole leader has gone on to win this season. That was Brandt Snedeker at Pebble. And Harrington making his 119th start since his last win. As I mentioned, 7 years it has been since he won the PGA Championship in 2008. We do have some news from the PGA Tour, and this Honda Classic is indeed headed for a Monday finish because officials telling us just a short time ago that they cannot get the golf course ready by 7 a.m. They were going to try to get it ready by 7 a.m., therefore giving themselves a chance for the Sunday finish, but they will resume play at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so that, of course, means it will definitely be a Monday finish for this 2015 Honda Classic. As you can see, the rain has just soaked this golf course. 4 to 5 inches of rain in all just today. So the crew continues to work on it. In the meantime, we head back to yesterday's tape coverage from the second round of the Honda Classic.
We are back. Ricky Barnes is in the hazard to the right of the green at 17. Can knock around that club. Oh, man. That's really, really good from there. So he catches a break off the tee. His ball does not go in the drink, and he's going to end up probably with a 3 at 17. Let's go to 5.
Par putt, Jamie Donaldson.
Yeah, missed the green long, way right. And that's what PG National will do. If you miss the greens around here, you could have something special.
8th hole.
Second shot for Rory, in trouble off the tee in the pine straw. And through the trees. That's why he was spinning the club. Nicely judged from a difficult place there for the world's #1 player. Let's go to the 18th now.
Second shot, Luke Donald.
Maybe just trying to thread it down the left. It's two very big hits from Luke.
Straight over the red stake.
You can join the Golf Channel AM Tour, play where the pros play. More than 30 two-day tournaments at prestigious courses like Pinehurst, Kiowa, Chambers Bay, TPC Sawgrass, PGA West, and more. Check out gcamtour.com. Out to the 8th hole.
And here's Dustin Johnson, and not a spirited effort this afternoon out of Dustin. He's missed some short ones, and as you can see by his score mark, it's been a very, very long couple days for him.
Really has been. And he showed such promise on that West Coast swing, I thought, Steve.
He really did play well. Played real well. Had a great chance last week at Riviera in a playoff. Talked to him on the range yesterday. Said he was in good spirits. Paulina, Tatum, everybody doing well at home, and his game was in good gear. And you know, he lived in this area for so long, knows the golf course well, and said, "How you doing, Dustin?" He said, "Just trying to improve, trying to get better."
It's kind of interesting when you look at the karma of a 3-ball. Sometimes guys get it going in the wrong direction, and it's just easy to feed into the other players, and that's what happened to these 3 yesterday, I thought. Koepka should have gotten a little bit of a read from Dustin, particularly on the pace of the putt. Very difficult to get it up to the hole from down there.
Good lag putt there from Brooks. Let's go back to 7.
Paul Casey.
Maybe trying to get a little help from the breeze. It's flag a long way back. Good shot.
Caught that one flush. 8th hole.
Now let's see if Rory can. Well, let's see. You never know what the cut will be. This birdie could be huge. He also has 9 with a chance. Look at that, 22 consecutive cuts. What was the longest streak Tiger had, Mark? I'm trying to remember. 100 something?
It was a lot.
Yeah, just amazing run there by Tiger when he was playing dominant golf. Here's Rory with 22 consecutive.
He needs to go birdie at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should have a little right-hand break here.
There you see 76 players at +3. Remember, one more time, the afternoon wave is just getting going here at the Honda Classic because of the long delay on Friday morning. So that cut is at +3, could move to +4, +5 would be a big reach. So you never know. Tiger, by the way, 141 consecutive cuts made was his longest streak. Just a remarkable number considering as well as Rory has played the last, let's see, year or so. He's at 22.
50-50 win. Into off the left, obviously.
Let's go to the 9th.
And Justin Rose from just off the fairway on the right-hand side. Note what's he got left here?
Well, the line's not doing him any favors right now, Raj. It's kind of sitting down. It's a little bit wet.
You can see about half the ball is sunk below the level of the top of the grass.
8 iron, 52. With a most of get out of an 8 iron into this one is 55, 60. That means I don't think you're going to get any more than 48, 47 with an 8 iron. I mean, you can touch shot with a 7, but I think it's a skill shot.
That's his caddy, Mark Fucher, dispensing advice, and a good caddy he is, and a good team this is.
They sure are, and they've been together for a while.
Nice and quiet, please. Thank you.
So the big concern here is the ball jumps, right, Noda?
Yeah, the ball might just jump out and come out with a little less spin and rifle right through that wind, which they determined through a previous discussion at coming in off the left.
See, he was choking down on that 7 iron, making a relaxed swing, really trying to keep the ball from jumping. And a big pull to the left side of the green. Long birdie putt from there to 18.
Third shot, Luke Donald.
Just under 40 yards.
Frank, the touch has been outstanding today.
It has. He has to play this golf course so differently to everybody else.
17.
Jerry Kelly now. It's a rarity to get it close at 17. Jerry with a very, very good shot there at the par 3. Let's go to 9.
And Patrick Reed second here at 9. Great position from the center of the fairway. See if he can get it all the way back to the hole. He too tugs it a bit left. And at 15, Derek Fathauer for birdie, and well, he must have been concerned when the ball was in the air just a moment ago. Boom! Seagoer here at 15. Big smiles. I got a birdie at 15. Patrick Reed in his last hole, 6 under and in the lead by 1.
What's in a name? Do names define us? Or do we define them? A legacy 15 years in the making, marked by 15 years of tour domination. That's what makes an R. An R. The relentless pursuit of greatness. We put everything we've got into R15. so you can find out what you've got in you.
This weekend, the NHL is on NBC and NBCSN. First, a storied rivalry takes center ice when Broadway collides with Broad Street. Rick Nash and Claude Giroux lead the latest charge in this age-old feud. And tomorrow night, the Ducks take on the Stars. It all begins with the NHL Game of the Week. Rangers, Flyers, tonight, 8 Eastern, only on NBC.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Foundation cordially invites you to the Mallets and Chuckers fundraiser at the International Polo Club in Wellington on Sunday, March 22nd. For more information, please call 561-714-9058.
Hi, Mark Schiller here to announce the opening of our newest location in Boynton Beach with grand opening savings of 10 to 20% below competitor prices on everything you need to sleep. The grand opening sale is on now, only at City Mattress.
It's time. Time to do more. Time to elevate. At Brayman Motor Cars, everything we do revolves around going further for you. Elevate service. Elevate selection. Elevate savings. For over 30 years, your satisfaction has been our highest priority. Elevate. It's what we do for you. Brayman Motor Cars. You've arrived.
Introducing Azure, a luxury boutique waterfront condominium with a prized Palm Beach Gardens address. A lifestyle with concierge services and unparalleled resort amenities. Floor plans on the grandest scale. Azure, waterfront living, perfected. Call today for a personal appointment.
Is your mattress missing the cut? Come to City Mattress tomorrow.
It's all new Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Big break, the Palm Beaches, Florida, as you can watch the cast deal with the same bear trap that challenges the PGA Tour this week. It's all new Monday night at 9 p.m.
Luke Donald tapping in for a birdie. This would be a round of 3 under 67, Frank. He is going to go to the weekend 4 under par, and an important weekend because he's trying to reestablish himself as a premier player. Well, he putted beautifully.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's got to play this golf course differently at the moment. You know, he only averages 280 off the tee. Barely hits 50% of the fairways. Short game is essential. Now, welcome Peter Jacobson.
Thank you, Frank. Justin Rose with his very long putt for birdie. Should take a turn to the right about there down the slope. It's a good lag putt. Justin Rose trying to hang +5. Nota Begay, it's been pretty impressive watching Patrick Reed in this difficult condition. Not only today, but yesterday. That was a tough round yesterday.
Yeah, he posted 7 birdies yesterday. One of the best rounds in the afternoon. And then comes out and just keeps it together. I mean, he hasn't hit great iron shots down the stretch. He's actually hit some pretty marginal ones, but he's been missing them in the right spots. And when he's been missing greens, he's 3 for 3 on this second 9 in terms of greens that he's missed and being able to save par.
Well, so far he leads the field in birdies made. The thing that impressed me early on, he had to get out there in that nasty weather earlier this morning and had a couple of mud balls that went crazy left, but he's battled back. I mean, one thing we've learned about this kid in the Ryder Cup, he's tough. Another good putt. Should be able to clean that up. Let's go to 11.
A moment ago, Spencer Levine for birdie.
His father is a club professional. Spencer played well a few weeks ago. And +2, just like that.
That's grade 3 on a tough hole, the 11th. And the 17, and we say good afternoon to Gary Koch.
Thank you very much, Rich. And here at the par 3, Jerry Kelly with a chance for a 2. Walking after it. Oh, and Frank, they always go in when you're 11 over par, right? I mean, you know, you're just trying to finish. They always find the bottom of the cup.
He thought it was short and right, didn't he? He was like,
He did indeed. We go back to 9.
Patrick Reed now has this little one left for his par.
And just pretty stellar through 36, Peter. I'm really impressed. He just keeps coming.
He's a ball striker. We were talking earlier, Gary Koch and I in the trailer watching earlier coverage, and we were talking about some of the shots he hit yesterday and the high winds. The guy can really play. Back-to-back 67s. 6 under par is some great stuff the first 2 days. And Justin Rose.
I don't know, Peter. +5, wind kicks up a little more, maybe a outside chance.
Yeah, I think it's a very small chance, but there is a chance, especially what we had yesterday and what we had this morning. If something pops up that could possibly go to +5. So disappointing for Justin Rose. He's going to sit around the computer now and watch that cut line and see if he'll be here playing the weekend. But the story is Patrick Reed, 6 under. Let's go to 7.
Paul Casey.
Got his tee shot up on that top tier.
We sometimes forget, Frank, Paul Casey has won 13 times on the European Tour. Had the shoulder issues back in 12.
I think
it has rebounded nicely.
I think at one stage he got to 3 in the world, didn't he?
He did. 9th hole.
McIlroy now out of the fairway bunker. Mark?
Got to get the ball up quickly, Peter. 142 yards. This one is a mile in the air. Good shot.
One of the advantages of hitting the ball into a fairway bunker when it's wet is you know that it's going to roll back to the middle of the bunker. It won't stay up under the lip, so he got a break there. Now Dustin Johnson with his second.
Same yardage as Rory's. And this is not a particularly good shot here left.
Well, after his performance on the West Coast, I know he's very disappointed with these first 2 rounds here at PGA National.
This man right here, Peter, has been impressive today to me. Brooks Koepka fought back hard. Real low, boring trajectory here, just left of the hole.
He's got the confidence. Did so well in Europe. He won once, won earlier this year at the Waste Management Open out at Phoenix. And over here at 15 now, Ryan Armour on the tee with a 6 iron. He made triple here yesterday. Just what can happen here on the Bear Trap. Well, that would be the first entrant in the Most Improved Award, if there is such a thing. Let's go over to 11.
Moment ago, Nicholas Thompson. Look out. You skip it across? Hurry. Sorry, Nick, if you're watching on the re-air. Patrick Reed, second straight 67, leading by 1.
That the action from yesterday, a live shot. Rain still falling at the PGA National Champion course here, but Patrick Reed's pair of 67s as he has now racked up 20 straight rounds of par or better. He's on another good streak, and earlier today, as Patrick Reed tried to start his 3rd round, it never happened because of the weather. Steve Sands did have a chance to sit down with a 25-year-old.
All right, Patrick, you are 1 shot back of Padraig Harrington,
before the third round even begins. So what happens when you look at Padraig Harrington, who's one shot ahead of you, and what do you need to do?
I'm just going to go do the same thing I've been doing, and that's just stick to my game plan, try to stay patient, and hit some greens. I felt like I've kept myself out of a lot of trouble and didn't really, take too many risks yet, which has gotten me to where I am today. So hopefully I just continue doing that, and hopefully it works out this weekend.
All that rain and wind, this golf course is going to be completely different than what you guys played the first 36 holes. How will that change things?
It's just going to make it softer and probably play a little longer. So the main thing on that is just you have to stay real patient, and it's hard for me to do, but I'm going to have to learn how to do it.
We were talking yesterday on the telecast as you were making your way around the golf course, shooting your second straight 67, that with those wins that you have in such a short amount of time, your confidence level has gone from here to there. So what is it like to play golf at this level when you're first starting out and you know what it felt like inside to what it feels like inside when you're playing right now?
The main thing is just the belief is, of course, getting better and, a lot higher than where it was. But the main thing is not get ahead of yourself. You can always, you get that first win, get that second win, then also you start getting complacent and, you start not doing the little things that got you to that point. And that's the main thing. I've worked with my team on just, keep on setting goals that are harder and harder to get to and, stay hungry. And that's just the main thing that I feel like that I've been able to continue doing and is helping me play better golf. One quick thing real fast. Robbie is our cameraman. Can you take a shot of these boots? What's up with these? Well, these are the boots I got married in with Justine. And, I never wear tennis shoes. I only wear boots. So if I ever do happen to get into the gym, I probably will still be in the boots. Glad we're not asking you a hard question because you'd probably kick us right in the shins with those. Good luck out there. Thanks, bud. Thanks for the time. Patrick Reed.
And there is the Ryder Cup yardage book cover that Patrick Reed still carries with him. Very proud of the fact that he was on Tom Watson's team at Glen Eagles. And Johnny going 3-0-1. Patrick Reed was the leading point getter for the Americans. And he's the kind of guy with the kind of fortitude that a lot of people think is going to be future leader of the U.S. Ryder Cup team.
Well, you're always a leader if you keep winning. And the bottom line is he is a tough guy. He is just really knows his game. He plays that draw, folks, every single shot. I don't care if it's a lake just right of the flag. He'll play it out in the lake and bring it back. He's got a great punch shot that traps that little baby hook, too. And he's amazing around the greens. And the putting, he just doesn't miss inside 10 feet.
And kind of cap off our Ryder Cup discussion from earlier, in addition to Patrick Reed, this may be the perfect time for the new infusion of young American players like Patrick Reed and maybe a Billy Horschel, who, if the current Ryder Cup selection rules were in effect, would have been picked because now they get one after the Tour Championship. Captain Davis Love III will get, in addition to three others after the Barclays. So the task force got those changed, so that's a good thing for the Ryder Cup, but maybe also a good thing that there's just new blood on this team.
Yeah, I think the new blood, they haven't lost in the Ryder Cup, or they're still young enough that they're going to be tough. The Ricky Fowlers and different players like that, Spieth is one of the key people, too. So I think the U.S. needs the young guys, a new blood, and guys that are hungry, and the hole's still pretty big. When you get older, it starts shrinking down.
Well, we still got a lot of time before that next Ryder Cup comes up, but it is always fun to talk about it. So the crew continues to get this golf course in shape. Again, they will resume the third round at 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's going to be a Monday finish at the Honda Classic.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear-view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
Thanks for the ride around Norfolk. And I just wanted to say Geico is proud to have served the military for over 75 years.
Roger that. Captain's waiting to give you a tour of the Wisconsin now.
Could have parked a little bit closer. It's going to be dark by the time I get there.
Geico, proudly serving the military for over 75 years.
Real innovation. It's something that's rare in golf. What if there was a ball with a faster core, a softer skin, even dimples with better aerodynamics? Real innovation may not happen often, but when we find it, we pick up a stroke against the power of mediocrity and post a red number called better. The new Z-Star and Z-Star XV from Strixon. This is the journey to better.
How we see the world depends a lot on our perspective. Look too close, and we miss the bigger picture. Stand too far away, and we miss the meaning in the details. Passion, precision, courage, creativity. These things are all around us, hidden in unexpected places, or right there in full view. At Deutsche Bank, we balance the big picture with the details to create innovative solutions. It all comes down to perspective.
How lucky are you, Chuck? You just won free golf for life from golfnow.com. You golf?
He sure seems like one lucky Chuck.
Golfnow.com. Go to golfnow.com/free golf to enter.
The Honda Classic is brought to you by the Honda Accord. Start something special. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by the simple flat rate shipping of FedEx One Rate.
McIlroy on the ninth green for birdie with an outside chance to make the cut, but I think this has to go. Bold attempt, but he has that left for par 4 and 6 over par, which is very likely to be home on the weekend. Obvious disappointment for Rory. Yeah, just that happens when you know all is lost, so you just kind of try to clean it up.
We saw Nicholas Thompson skip one not quite all the way across the water, so the drop.
Well, this time we hope it takes the aerial route. So far, so good. You see it all here at PGA National.
Ninth hole.
Now McIlroy for his bogey. Just a formality at this point. So disappointing here at the Honda Classic for Rory McIlroy, world #1. But he'll regroup and be ready for next week. Ricky Fowler will be teeing off momentarily, as will Phil Mickelson. But Patrick Reed with back-to-back 67s. He leads by 1 at 6 under.
Once again, that's our tape coverage from yesterday. A live shot here at the Honda Classic. And we've arrived at the much-anticipated 2015 debut of Jake's Takes. It's finally arrived, and in this first installment of the year, Peter Jacobsen brands into our heads once again that image is everything.
You remember the 1960s, don't you? Back then, several of the PGA Tour events were hosted by some of Hollywood's biggest stars. We had the Bing Crosby Clambake, the Bob Hope Desert Classic, the Danny Thomas Memphis Classic, and the Jackie Gleason Inverary Classic. Then in the 1980s, we saw the emergence of major corporations like AT&T, FedEx, and Honda. It was all about the marketing and branding for these corporations, and some of golf's biggest stars created their own personal logos.
I love the shark. Jax. I've always liked Arnold's logo just with the way it's simple, you understand it, you know what it is.
We all know the logo of our biggest star today, Tiger Woods, in that TW. But do you recognize these logos of some of our current stars? The AS of Adam Scott. Here's Hunter Mahan's new logo, and the dapper Ian Poulter.
IJP are the initials for Ian James Poulter. I like clothes, so for me to have my own clothing line, I think is a great thing.
I have my own personal logo for marketing and obviously for branding for myself.
I have a clothing line with one of the main department stores in Ireland. it's just a different part of my life. I haven't got to the stage that I can just put a swoosh down there and people know what it is.
I used to, when I was a kid in class, used to always try to make weird things with my initials, like when I was 10. So I've been trying to do cool stuff like that forever.
And then there are those still under consideration.
If I had a personal logo, it'd be something that a very stylish look to it and may have just a little bit of unique flair, maybe with the colors or something.
The flat bill is something I'm known for, so that could be in there.
Now, for me, personally, if I had to create my own logo, it might look something like this. It's clean, simple, very unique. I like it.
I don't know, though. That's an instant classic. Jake. It was the simple way to go for Jake. I was honestly, Johnny, expecting a little bit more creativity out of our guy, Jake. What do you think? I mean, I don't know.
Peters.
All right. How do we brand going back to tape action? Let's go back to the tape from yesterday as we continue to wait out the raindrops.
Absolutely.
Been a lot of pain for a lot of players out here. Nicholas Thompson not the first to be putting for double bogey.
And of course, +1 well positioned now. +4, you're thinking of something totally different.
And over at 15, this is Ryan Armour for his birdie. Chasing that cut gets him to +5. So at 15 here, yesterday 6, today 2.
Jason Bowen.
And he has a chance for a birdie here, Rich. Uphill putt. Not a lot of break. Nicely done. So Jason Bowen with a quick birdie. Actually, 2 birdies in a row now at 11 and 12. So he's back to just +2. That'll put a smile on your face. Haven't seen a lot of that around here, Frank. Guys smiling.
Not around. It's a lot of groans and, well, another ball, please.
So Patrick Reed, back-to-back 67s at 6 under par. That is a nice bar set for the players starting out this afternoon as we go over to the first.
And the defending champion, Russell Henley.
Only one player has won the Honda back-to-back, Jack Nicklaus. All the way back in 1977, 78.
And Jamie Donaldson, this for a long birdie at the 7th.
Yeah, the Biarritz green, 3 different levels. I've already seen quite a few people putting from a long way away.
Over to 17.
And Patrick Rogers is on the tee here at the par 3. The hole was playing longer today, Frank. Actually playing a little easier than it did yesterday. We've already seen as many birdies today as we saw all day yesterday. Well, that's safely aboard, but a long way from the hole. But dry, and that's the #1 goal at 17. Back over at the first.
That is Henley in the light blue shirt, looking at his golf ball, crouched down.
Everything sort of funnels down to this hole. It's whether or not you just want to get it rolling or perhaps at least carry it a foot or two. Of course, he's one of the few Americans actually that have won since it's gone to this venue.
They've turned the tide. They've won the last 2, with Michael Thompson winning in 2013. First came here to PGA National from Mirasol in 2007. Mark Wilson winning, but this tournament, good example of just how international the sport has become. 6 different countries represented in the winner's circle over the last 8 years. Jagus from Colombia, Yang from South Korea, among those internationals having won.
I want to bring in Gary Koch here because, Gary, we talked about chipping yesterday, and I think in Europe you get to chip more from areas other than just thick rough around the greens.
I agree, Frank, and you know, consequently you see guys using different clubs, you see different techniques, whereas it seems like over here in the States the guys have that one shot, they grab their lob wedge automatically.
judged it beautifully. Very competitive guy, former All-State basketball player in Georgia in high school. Jamie Donaldson for his par.
At least 6 feet.
Yeah, kind of a late bloomer, now 39, but has won each of the last 3 seasons on the European Tour. Ranked 26th in the world. Now back to the first hole. Another European standout, Graham McDowell.
He likes to visualize his putts. So up a little rise and then funnel down again, and you saw how fast Russell Henley's putt was. Just a little brush stroke he has.
Graham with 2 wins on the PGA Tour, including the U.S. Open at Pebble in 2010, 10 on the European Tour. He won the French Open last summer at the site of the 2018 Ryder Cup. Tap for Henley. And now Ricky Fowler. Flag out just off the green.
Fringes it. Cut down, so it's not too slow through that. Oh, a few more rolls. And Ricky played well yesterday, even par 70, and those high wins.
Had a breakthrough year last year with top 5 finishes in all 4 majors, but not a great year. Did not win a tournament.
Bring your vision for the future to life. For more than 145 years, Pacific Life has been helping families achieve lifelong financial security with innovative tools and strategies. Talk to a financial advisor to protect your family and plan today. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
What's in a name? Do names define us, or do we define them? A legacy 15 years in the making, marked by 15 years of tour domination. That's what makes an R, the relentless pursuit of greatness. We put everything we've got into R15, so you can find out what you've got in you.
You know what my business philosophy is, Reynolds?
No, not exactly.
To attain success, one must project success. That's why we use FedEx One Rate.
Right, they're flat rate shipping.
Exactly. It makes us look top notch, but we know it's affordable.
I need help with the groceries.
Where was I? Oh, yes.
Ship a pack via FedEx Express Saver for as low as $7.50.
First time in 30 years, boxing is back in prime time on NBC with host Al Michaels, Marv Albert, Layla Ali, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Premier Boxing Champions next Saturday night only on NBC.
There was so much anticipation at this Honda Classic for the #1 player in the world, Rory McIlroy, who makes his home here in the Palm Beach area, but missing the cut with a 73 and a 74, which brings us to our latest and last Pacific Life summary, and it was the first time with consecutive 73s for Rory or worse in the last 53 rounds worldwide. He had taken 3 weeks off before coming here back to the Honda Classic, an event he's had good success in. But last missed cut worldwide last summer, 15 starts ago. Last missed cut, Johnny, in the United States was the 2012 U.S. Open Championship, which came after his U.S. Open win at Congressional in 2011. So didn't work out for Rory this week, but he's shown a little bit of inconsistency, even how brilliant his career has been throughout.
Yeah, but this Champions course with the Bear Trap was playing really, really tough, and you had to have your A game or putt great or chip great or hit your bunker shots great. He wasn't doing anything great. It was his debut for 215 in the U.S. and just wasn't sharp.
And obviously he gets compared to Tiger Woods from time to time. Everybody wants him to be the next kind of guy to win majors like Tiger has. But when you really look at it, it was the 11th time in 87 PGA Tour events that Rory's missed the cut. Tiger's played in more than 300 PGA Tour events, only missed the cut 12 times total. So that just shows you the amazing consistency of Tiger. Huh?
Rory's a streak player just the way I was. You know, if he's on, he can beat anybody and sometimes lap the field, and other times he's not so good.
All right, so we'll see Rory a little bit later in the Florida swing next week in Miami at the WGC Cadillac. As you look at a live shot here of the rain-soaked grounds of PGA National, back to our tape coverage.
Phil Mickelson at the first. Yeah, rather short opening hole, dogleg to the right, just 365 yards, most of the players. Just hit iron off the tee. Mark, you're on double duty. You've caught up with this group as well.
I did, and he just hit a good iron off this tee. 155 yards, second shot for Phil. Hole location right over the ridge that bisects the front part of this green.
Nice shot. So Phil just getting started after 4:30 Eastern time. Sun set about 6:30. So Phil should get in 8 holes thereabouts, 7-8 holes as we take you to 17.
And watch Patrick Rogers with this lengthy putt for a 2. Rogers, the Collegiate Player of the Year last year, won the Jack Nicklaus Award, all the top honors before turning professional. As we go back to the first.
Martin Keimer.
This is a very thick lie in the rough. Looked to get a lot of club on it, though.
He played very well yesterday in his opening round of 68. Well, it's a drain. You'll get relief.
17.
Derek Fathauer, lengthy putt from the back fringe here. Chance for a birdie. Lives right here in the Jupiter area. Make a long one at 15. Make a long one at 17. And a nice smile there as we go to the first.
They're going bananas over there. Sergio Garcia. Missed that playoff at Riviera by a shot. Bogeyed the last 2 holes, sort of held his game together with scotch tape and band-aids. He admitted the swing was not where he wanted it. And even yesterday, he had to fight back after a rocky start. He's been game.
Got 142 yards to the hole here from the right-hand side of the fairway. Wind coming from the right. He has played a little fade trying to hold it in that wind.
Yeah. Beautiful shot. Sergio draws it back to just a few feet. 12th hole.
And this was just a moment ago. Nicholas Thompson, second shot from just 123 yards. Location over on the middle left portion of the green. Players have been taking advantage of it. Little slope there. You can bring the ball back. Nicholas does it beautifully. Now live. Chance for a 3. This would be a nice comeback after the triple bogey back at the 11th. Nice. That is the ultimate in bounce backs. Frank, triple bogey birdie. Over at the 9th.
This is Paul Casey. This was just earlier. His second shot from 161. Looks like he's cut that a bit fat. Ooh, just fat enough. Just under the hole, about 6 feet. Now, this is his birdie to get to 2 under par. So we missed opportunity there for Paul. Should stay at 1 under. Let's go to 2.
Where Stewart Cink has a short putt for a birdie here. Brilliant second shot out of the right rough. And nicely done. So Stewart Cink off to a fast start. Birdie at 1, birdie at 2.
Follow the PGA Tour on Twitter at PGA Tour by visiting Twitter. You can get there. Talk about today's action using the hashtag PGA Tour.
And over here at 13, Rich, this is Jason Bone. Got this 3-footer, which would be his 3rd birdie in a row. Started out with a bogey at 10. Birdie at 11, 12, and this would be his 3rd in a row. Get him to 1 over, so he's making a nice comeback. Shot 73 yesterday. So great start for Jason. Let's go to 2.
Graham McDowell ready with his second shot. Noda?
Center cut with the tee shot. Very accessible hole location here, Gary.
Yeah, a little ridge to the right of the hole. Players can use to work the ball in toward the hole location. That's just what he's trying to do. Yeah, there you go. Ease its way down. Well played. All right, Russell Henley, not nearly as good a situation by the looks of it, Noda.
Ball not very accessible here. He's going to have to go down after it, try and dig it out. Did a pretty nice job of it. It's on a good line.
Yeah, that way. Shot. Well, and that's where the rain making the green softer comes very favorable from playing out of the rough as we go back to 1.
Martin Keimer.
We saw a lot of this at Pinehurst, putting from about 10 feet off the green.
Oh, man. And that victory at Pinehurst by 8 shots at the U.S. Open was nothing short of a clinical tour de force. It was impressive in every way.
And of course, it won't be too long, too. He'll be defending his Players' Championship coming up, TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, first man to win the Players and the U.S. Open in the same year. He did both wire to wire. And in August, he'll go back to the scene of his first major, the PGA Championship at Whistling Straits. Second hole.
And Ricky Fowler's second shot. 149 yards. That starts right. I don't know. By his reaction, I'm not sure it's turning. No. That very average as we go back to 1.
Phil for birdie. Said he was pretty happy with his putting yesterday.
He only missed 1 putt inside 10 feet yesterday. She plagued him on the West Coast.
27 putts in round 1. Opened with 1 over 71. Coming here off back-to-back missed cuts. And now Garcia.
And a good spot to be putting from here, Frank. Pretty level putt. He can be aggressive with it. Maybe just inside the hole on the right.
It's got a little bit of speed from this side.
Sneaks it in right side. Good start, Garcia. Opening birdie for Sergio. And 1 over for the tournament. Patrick Reed, he is leading. Jim Herman teeing off about 5:30.
Now what?
Let's go. That way.
Have fun out there on the compact, capable, and entirely new Pioneer 500 from Honda.
The real question that needs to be asked is, what is it that we can do that is impactful?
What the cloud enables is computing to empower cancer researchers.
It used to take 2 weeks to sequence and analyze a genome. With the Microsoft Cloud, we can analyze 100 per day.
Whatever I can do to help compute a cure for cancer, that's what I'd like to do.
Anything?
No. You?
No. Aflac!
What are you guys looking for?
Claims.
Legend has it these hills are full of them.
It can take months for an insurance claim to surface.
Claiming takes patience.
Aflac paid my claim in 1 day.
Ooh, they got some newfangled kind of one-day pay machine.
Yeah, I got Aflac at work.
Aflac.
In just 1 day, we approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Aflac.
This is Hyperflex from FootJoy. A shoe like nothing you've seen before. And built to perform at your highest level. Hyperflex. Step into the next big thing.
To be the best, you have to beat the best. The WGC Cadillac Championship, Thursday on Golf Channel and next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Monday, don't miss an all-new episode of The Night Shift beginning at 10, 9 Central after The Voice on NBC. Speaking of the night shift, that's what the crew, the hard-working crew, will be doing here again at PGA National, is getting this course back into shape after it's received at least 4 to 5 inches of rain today. Again, the third round suspended until tomorrow. They'll resume at 10 a.m. local time with Padraig Harrington on top, his first 36-hole lead in 5 years. Back to yesterday's taped action from the second round.
Here at the second, Russell Henley with a chance for a birdie 3. Ricky Fowler has already 2-putted for his par. Enough speed. That had to look very good to Russell. He's rolling down the hill. All right, so next to play will be Graham McDowell. Good look at a birdie here, Noda.
Sure does, and I think with all the moisture, Gary, players are going to have to adjust slightly slower green speeds today. Even though these greens are historically pretty quick, they're going to probably play a fraction slower today.
To the left very early. Over at 15.
Chad Campbell is on the tee. Looking at that front right hole location here at the start of the bear trap. 1 over on today's round. This guy always impressed me with his golf swing, Frank. Looked very much like Ben Hogan, at least in my eye.
I remember playing with him too. Remember when it looked like he was going to win the PGA Championship? Sean McKeel beat him at the post. It's what we call a flusher.
Yeah, just pure. I'm glad we talked about how pure he is.
All right, Westy.
Next up is Lee Westwood, just a short drive across PGA Boulevard from Lee's home over across the street at Old Palm Golf Club, which is our home away from home this week for some of our NBC crew. We want to thank the Shulas for their kindness and hospitality in opening up their home to us again, and also a special thank you to the general manager, Darlene Impelletier, for all of her help and attention this week. Greatly appreciated by us all. All of us at NBC and Golf Channel, thank you. Old Palm Golf Club and Darlene. So Westwood coming off of 2 bogeys at 12 and 13, or 13 and 14. Hopes to get one back here at the difficult 15th. But Patrick Reed, with back-to-back 67s, he leads by 1.
Every time you fill up at Valero, you could save up to 8 cents a gallon, and that could give you some pretty nifty savings at the end of each month. All you have to do is use your convenient Valero credit card every time you fill up, and watch those dollars really add up. So don't miss out. Use your Valero credit card and start saving right away. Over and over. It's money in the tank.
The energy return of Boost technology is now available for golf. Introducing the Audi Power Boost, the first golf shoe with Boost cushioning technology. Boost your game.
They call it planning for retirement because getting there requires exactly that. A plan for what you want your future to look like. For more than 145 years, Pacific Life has been providing solutions to help individuals like you achieve long-term financial security. Bring your vision for the future to life with Pacific Life. Talk to a financial advisor to help build and protect your retirement income. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
The collection of holes, so 16, 17, 18th, is the most dramatic I think we play out on our tour.
You can stand on the 16th tee here on Sunday with a one-shot lead and walk off winning by 4, or you could walk off losing by 4.
I think you need to take advantage of the last 3 holes and then stay cool and calm on 17 and 18.
If anybody tells you they're comfortable on 17 and 18, they're lying.
I think we all know they're 3 of the most exciting finishing holes in the game of golf.
Body was found this morning.
Do we have any suspects yet?
It's my job to find out what happened. It's time.
Dig, Thursday at 10 on USA.
Back in the third fairway, Ian Poulter. Going to give this one a go. Up, an honorary observer out in front of him. Just get him chased off. Get him out of there if he values his beak.
Hope that's not a foreshadowing of a duck hook.
Ooh. Oh. Might be a birdie. Might be a birdie.
Thinking positively, Frank. I like it.
It's not hooking. It's trying to go the other way. Oh, maybe just a little.
Back to 2.
And Martin Keimer playing his second shot from the right fairway bunker, Mark.
Both he and Phil Mickelson, Gary, in that bunker. Keimer well back from the lip, so he's okay. Phil's a little further up in the bunker.
Actually, a pretty good angle, isn't it, to shoot to the flag?
It is. Playing into the wind, but he hit it fat. Not a very good shot.
It's you with a little right to left, Phil. Hold up, please, folks. Thank you.
All right, Gary Mickelson's issue is the lip in front of him. He's got 151. Now, he can get the ball up very quick, quicker than most players. It is into the wind, though, so the ball will tend to balloon a little. Seemed to be a solid strike.
He'll have a chance for the double Sandy as it finds the front left green side bunker over at 3.
Ricky Fowler. Well left.
Of course, only 2 par 5s. PGA National, note it. They've got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, not many scoring opportunities, especially today. And these players got to take advantage of these par 5s, and this is very easy hole if you can get it in the fairway.
Fun guy to watch swing it, Frank.
Yeah, it's a little unorthodox, but he works with Pete Cowan. He knows exactly where that club is. And he can move the ball around both ways, draws and fades to 15.
Let's see if Lee Westwood can knock this putt in for birdie, get to 3 over, which is the current cut. You got to think that it might creep to 4, possibly 5 with the conditions we're playing under.
And over here at 12, Sung-Yul No with a chance for a birdie. And slips it in the right side. That putt from just over 11 feet, and that's the longest one he's made so far this week. Maybe that'll give him a little impetus.
It's Brian Harman. Shot 61 here on this golf course. A couple of years back, putts like that. Won his first last year at the John Deere, also out of the University of Georgia. Here's Adam Hadwin